Hey YouTube, Wes here checking back in with a brand new episode of the Vinyl Inbox. These are my vinyl finds for the month of June 2019. Hope you're all doing well, having a great day, great night, whenever it is you're watching this. Let's go ahead and get into it. Pretty small stack this month, pretty good. I'm pretty happy with my purchases this month. Just a nice small stack of interesting records. So let's go ahead and get into it. First thing I'll start off with is my purchases for the month from Vinyl Me Please, the Album of the Month Club that I've been subscribing to for about 3 years now. Always do the essential album of the month that they offer, but they also do offer a classics album of the month and a hip hop album of the month, and occasionally I will pick up one of those each month. And this month I decided to pick up the classic album of the month for June, and that is Sister Rosetta Tharpe's Gospel Train reissue of this. Beautiful reissue of this amazing album. I was unfamiliar with this album. I hadn't listened to it before, hadn't heard it before. I just knew of Sister Rosetta Tharpe, and I knew I wanted to hear this. I wanted to check it out, and I'm not disappointed. Just some amazing gospel folk guitar playing on here. The recording is incredible. This album sounds amazing. It sounds like you're there. It's so good. It's yeah, really well done. I'm really pleased with this, and I've really been enjoying listening to this reissue of this album. And there is the Mercury record label that they recreated for this pressing. Beautiful pressing, black vinyl. So yeah, that was the Vinyl Me Please Classics Album of the Month for June. Sister Rosetta Tharpe, Gospel Train, an incredible album, and I'm really glad I picked this up. And yeah, it was really cool classic album of the month. So for the Vinyl Me Please Essential Album of the Month, they did another reissue, a more modern reissue. This is a reissue of Phoenix's Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix from 2007, was this? Or 2000... when was this originally released? 2009. Okay, so it's the 10th anniversary of this album being released. Cool group. They do sort of indie pop rock kind of stuff. You may not know the band by name, but you certainly know the first two tracks, Listomania and 1901. They've been used time and time again in TV shows and commercials. Just really cool sort of modern pop rock kind of music. Definitely dug hearing the rest of this album. It was a pretty nice one. It really didn't know the band beyond the commercials and the TV shows, you know, kind of hearing those two songs everywhere for the past decade for a while. But yeah, this was a cool album to listen to. I really dug it. It's sort of up my alley as far as being in the pop rock, indie rock kind of vein. They did a really nice packaging on this. Here's the gatefold. And they did include a nice 12 by 12 booklet. Very nicely done. Of course, lyrics and photos in here. So that's a nice addition to have in the album. And then for the art print, it's just a photograph of the band. And the inner sleeve had some nice extra photos on it. And then the vinyl itself, on a really nice pink vinyl, matches the album artwork pretty well. And remastered by Ryan Smith at Sterling Sound. So yeah, that was the Vinyl Me Please Essential Album of the Month, Phoenix with Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix, and yeah, it was a cool one to add to my collection. All right, next up we got a Target exclusive vinyl pressing. I know this band can be quite controversial, can be seen as quite uncool for music nerds, but I like the band. I enjoy their music, and that is the Dave Matthews Band, and this is their latest release titled Rhino's Choice. It's a collection of live recordings from the past year or so. Yeah, they're all from 2018. So some interesting live recordings of newer Dave Matthews songs. Really enjoyed listening to this, and it was really reasonable. It's a 2 LP set. It was $17.99. Pretty exclusive. They've been sold out. They sold out within the first week, I think. I've been to several Target stores looking for another one of these for a friend, and I just have not been able to find it. But yeah, it was a really cool release. Glad I got it. So there is the track listing. Get some newer, as I said, some newer Dave Matthews Band songs and some classic stuff on here as well. Really nice. This is available on CD, and it's readily available on CD. Not a problem with that if you just want to buy it. And it comes with an insert and just some liner notes and a download code. As I said, it's a 2 LP set, but it's not a gatefold. It is pressed on a, I guess what they're calling a rose-colored vinyl. I believe this was simultaneously released with a branded wine. So yeah, it's kind of a rose, however you want to pronounce that. Yeah, actually came with a little ad for the Dreaming Tree rose that they're releasing in conjunction with this release. So yeah, just a cool new live set, or live recordings of Dave Matthews Band, a Target exclusive vinyl pressing of it. Yeah, I was glad to have found that. All right, moving on, got a few pickups from an antique mall in Ocala, about 45 minutes south of here. We had a party to go to one evening there, and went earlier in the day just to go do some thrifting and hit some antique malls and stuff and make a day of it. So picked up a few things at one of the antique malls. It's called Digger's Antique Mall. It's kind of a cool name for an antique mall, and I enjoy it. And they do have a pretty good vinyl booth there, so I like to go in there. This first one is inspired by Mr. Value Vinyl. Just that week I had watched a video of his talking about this particular album, and was digging through the bins there at Diggers and came across it, and I had to have it. It's a promotional copy at that, and that is the band Jigsaw. So yeah, definitely it has the song Sky High on it. Just totally over the top, cheesy, but amazing song. And I dig it, and it's from 1975. So yeah, I had to pick this up. And there is the Chelsea label. It's not a white label, but it does say promotional copy on the label, so it is definitely a promo. But yeah, I love having this kind of stuff, and I like the song Sky High, and the rest of the album has some other songs on it that are sort of in that similar vein. It's a little bit disco-y, but it also has some pop rock kind of feel to it. So yeah, that was my first pickup from Digger's Antique Mall. Jigsaw, self-titled album from 1975. All right, this second one is a hip-hop pickup. I know I talked about in my my Vinyl Tag video 2018 that what I wanted to focus on more collecting was some classic or just hip-hop in general to add to my collection. So this is one I wanted to add for a while, and finally found a nice copy of it for a good price, and that is Tone Loked After Dark. 1989, I think. Yeah, 1989 was the year on this one. Of course, you got Funky Cole Medina, Wild Thing. Those were the two big hits on here. But yeah, just a nice clean copy of that. That's on the Delicious Vinyl label. All right, and the last thing I picked up there while I was at the antique mall was a piece of comedy. Don't often pick up comedy these days, but had to have this because this is a person who is also a performer, an artist, a singer that I collect as well, and that is Bette Midler, and this is her album Mud Will Be Flung Tonight. So this is her doing stand-up comedy, not singing. Even though she does sing some on here, it's mostly a stand-up comedy album, and it's she's very funny, I think. And yeah, had to grab that. It was only a few dollars, and wanted to have that. All right, and then one last pickup for the month of June, and then I'll let you go. This is one I've been sort of kind of on the lookout for a while now, just sort of hoping I would come across it for a good price, and I finally did at the Second and Charles here in Gainesville, and that is the, I guess you could call them Latin rock, African vibe group. It's hard to explain, but it's the group Osabisa. They're self-titled. Always love that album cover. Very sort of groovy Latin Afro kind of stuff. Yeah, cool stuff. There's a group that performs at the Florida Folk Festival every year. They do this really late night thing after the main stage has shut down. It's a group called Papa Loco, and they do very similar music to this, and it's just very, very rhythmic, trance-like, it's kind of psychedelic kind of feeling. It's just sort of dancey kind of music that makes you want to dance and groove and just feel the rhythm and feel the music and stuff. And it's cool stuff. And I always enjoy hearing them, and this is kind of along the same vein. So very rhythmic, chanty kind of stuff, and pretty cool. So yeah, that was my final pickup for the month of June. Hope you all, as I said, hope you're all doing well, having a great summer. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Leave me some comments down below if you have any questions. If you're not already, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, a great night, and we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.